Hey girl, hey, let's talk about boys. And girls, you guys can listen because this applies to all of us. I'm talking to those who feel maybe singled out from the rest of the world. First off, not everybody is getting married and having babies. Facebook is deceiving. How boring would life be if all of our timelines were the same? Finding that special someone seems like life's greatest accomplishment and goal. So after you establish a great and growing relationship with God, we wonder, will I find somebody that can stick around with me for the rest of my life? There's some things I wish somebody would have told me at 16, 17, 18. But this can also apply to anyone that's still waiting and allowing God to write their love story. The beautiful thing about love is it's truly heaven sent and divinely orchestrated. We love because He first loved us. We keep loving because He keeps loving us. Genesis 2:18, God said it's not good for man to be alone, so I will make him a helpmate. Notice that God didn't say, make yourself a helpmate, Adam, but He said, I will make him a helpmate. That's the problem with a lot of us. We want to find someone and make them who we need them to be. Dating like shopping. There is a difference between being intentional and just browsing and wanting to blow your money. If you know exactly what you need, you go in and look. If it's not there, you leave. If you're a 6, you don't try on a 10.5. And that's the problem. People don't really know what they're looking for. More importantly, what they need. You need to be aware of what best complement God can bring to your life. Who you are at 16 is not who you will be at 26, 36, 76. Ask yourself, is this person for future me who I want to be? Is this who that person would want to be with? Fact, you will be married longer than you will be single. Let that sink in. 1 Corinthians 7:34 says, an unmarried woman or virgin is concerned about the Lord's affairs, but a married woman is concerned about affairs of the world, how she can please her husband. You have a small span of time to give God everything before somebody else joins in the picture. Don't live in frustration looking towards the future and missing your moment to live in the present, to shine, to do great things right now. You're not the first person to think you'll never find anyone. I'm pretty sure everybody's thought that. They always say it comes when you're least expecting it. And I can't show you scriptures for that. But when your heart's desires and focus is not that on the Lord and His will and His calling upon your life, God will hold things back until you're set on the path that is greatest for your life. Remember, He is your first love and His timing is perfect. Talk to as many happily godly married couples as possible. Ask them their story. Most of the time, our disappointments are our God appointments, and rejection is just direction. It hurts to not be accepted for all of who you are when all you want to do is love someone. But remember, you only need one. You see, God fashioned you for a purpose, not a person. So if that guy or that girl hinders you from that purpose, why are you staying? Ephesians 5:25, men are to love their wives as Christ loved the church. Does He exude the love of Christ? Because remember, sometimes we are blind to people's faults because we want to see the good in them and what they can be. That's why it's good to be accountable to leaders that can help you see the truth and that are looking out for you, your ministry, your calling, and the direction that you're heading in your life. Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart's deceitful and wicked. We can't always trust our feelings because we know they're so fickle. How does that person treat a stranger? When the puppy love is gone, that's how they're going to eventually treat you. If they're good, kind, sweet, loving, compassionate, if it's true in the core of who they are, that will be with you for the rest of your life. Out of all the qualities, kindness is the most underrated. See, people spin emotions and feelings like hearts grow on trees. According to scriptures, Christians practice sexual purity, but sometimes we miss the point of emotional purity. Not every good-looking thing that comes in your path needs to know all of who you are. There's parts of your hearts, parts of your identity that should be locked up and only exposed and only opened to the right person that God and you choose to allow in. When you allow anyone in, your heart loses its sacredness. And then you have trust issues, baggage, and it comes to the point that you don't even know if you can trust God with your own heart. The waiting is the hard part. Not knowing who, what, when, where, why. Why not now, God? Why and how? That's when true surrender and trust in God comes in. Now, I know this kind of kills the whole thought of the fairy tale, but there's really no such thing as that one perfect person, because once somebody somewhere messes up and marries the wrong person, the whole cycle is messed up. See, God directs our path, and as we're walking with Him and getting closer to Him, we will see great people along the way. It's just up to you to decide which direction and who would be best to continue on the purpose that God has for your life. If you lose yourself in searching of someone else, you're lost. God made you for a reason. Don't miss that reason just because you want a wedding. Be cool with just being by yourself. You're awesome and smart and funny and clever. I mean, I would want to hang out with you, so why don't you want to hang out with you? No one else is going to satisfy you. No one else can take away all the insecurities and all the pain. There's a lot of broken married people. Don't mistake a lover for a savior. Only Jesus completes you, and only He is enough to be your everything. Look at the altar. Look who's involved in church, who's praying, who's growing, who's wanting to get closer with God, who's being more dedicated every day. What do they post online? What are they telling the world about themselves? Nobody picks somebody who will trip them up on a three-legged race. So when the two become one, how come people are really bad at picking partners when it comes to dating? This is one race you want to win. Because a lot of times, dating relationships can cost you your salvation. 1 times 1 equals 1, but 1 times a half equals a half. It takes 2 whole individuals to make a healthy, godly, strong relationship. Remember Christian principles. The Bible talks against being lazy and slothful and disrespectful. You have no ambition, you have no job, the Bible says bye. And remember, they may be perfect for you, but nobody is perfect. Love is a choice, and if you can choose to love another, you can keep choosing to love the person that you're with. Someone who's faithful and loyal? Are they being faithful and loyal now? 2 Corinthians 6:14 talks about not being unequally yoked. This is a reference to oxen as they would plow the fields. Now, oxen are not paired because they're both oxen. Oh, well, he's a Christian. No, how is an oxen equally yoked with another oxen? They're equal by power, strength, focus, and direction. What are their life goals? Do they feel called into a particular ministry? Listen to what they talk about. What education and career choices are they making? Amos 3:3. Do 2 walk together unless they agree? For those that are still waiting. You may live married, but we all die single. I bet a few spouses will be surprised when they get to heaven that some of them actually made it. It's better to be rightly single than wrongly married. Proverbs 18:22 says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Are you being somebody's good thing before you're their wife? Then are you preparing yourself to be something that's good and worth finding? You're singled out for a reason. Your fairy tale is already being written. The world, something spectacular to read in the first couple chapters. Find joy in every single season, because a happy ending is best complemented with a happy beginning. God bless your choices, and God bless you in your waiting.